Greetings, Earthlings! I'm back with my new friend, this car. It's being featured with me this week. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I was challenged recently that I couldn't fit into the tiny little back seat of this car, which isn't actually a seat. It's, if we come over here, it's like a ledge. And I hadn't actually seen it till today. I just challenged that I bet I could, and my friend who owns this car said I could not. And yes, I was convinced that I could. So now seeing it, it actually looks a little bigger than I expected. And all of you who watched the live stream where I crammed myself into that hotel cupboard, this is going to be very similar to that. I don't want to get dirtiness on this lovely seat. Now, she did leave the roof up for me, but I want to make myself fit such that I could fit even if the roof was on. So assuming that the roof was on, this space would actually be quite small. Like, oh gosh. Okay. Okay, is there space for the roof? Assistant?
Mm-hmm. Quite satisfactory.
I've completed the challenge. So, in the theme of the car and other driving escapades, I have a confession to make this week. I participated in road rage. Actually, I caused road rage. I had road rage. I don't have a suitable subject for the video this week except to admit to you all Earthlings that I participated in road rage. This is what happened. Okay, so last week I mentioned how we're having traffic on the road. Traffic on the road, not traffic. Road work on the road. Okay, traffic on the road has been stalled by road work on the road. I'm really exhausted. Still. So there's a lot of like detour signs that a lot of them are incorrect. Like they were really misplaced on, I think it was Wednesday morning when I went out, or was it Tuesday morning? I don't know. I just remember that I went out on Wednesday morning and the roadwork signs telling us where the detours were and where the holes were in the road were wrong, and I drove past the road I had to detour on, and then I met up with this woman who was like, why didn't you take the detour? And I was like, because your sign was like way past the detour that road. And anyway, this probably isn't making sense to anyone who hasn't driven on a street full of road work in the recent past, but suffice to say that I had to back up, do a 3-point turn, turn around, drive back down that road, be late for work. I was really mad. And when I got onto the main road is when I decided to take it out on innocent other users of the road. Well, not so innocent. Actually, the prior morning, I had gotten stuck behind this cyclist in these hideous socks that climbed halfway up his leg, like the kind of things I was forced to wear as a child. It was heinous. It actually gave me hives, the sight of those socks. And we got to this really traffic-y part of the road right before the street that the building is on where I've been working. And he got in front of me in the lane with me and got ahead of me when the light was green, and he went up that hill so freaking slow because he's on a bike. Obviously, I know he can't help it, but those socks, he could have made a better wardrobe choice, and then maybe I would have hated him less. And I just had to crawl up the hill behind his slow butt till he got to the sidewalk. And the next morning when we had the issue with the stupid detours, I'd had enough of that, and I saw that guy coming miles away. I passed him and I was like, there's socks. You know what I'm gonna do? I drove up way ahead of him. When I got to the part of the road where you stop to wait to get up the next hill, I just slid way over into his side of the road and sat there so that he would have no choice but to wait behind me. And I felt a little bit bad about it. Like my car was like teetering on the edge because it was so far over to make sure he would have no room. And I thought about how merciless that was and how really unnecessary that was, and then I did it anyway. I'm sure y'all have lost respect for me, but I fit in this car. I fit into this tiny little seat, and if the roof was up, I would still fit into this tiny little seat, and now she can take me with wherever she goes because I'm pocket-sized. Have a nice week.